All right, man. Leeds United versus Leicester. Well, I guess Leicester versus Leeds because it was at the King Power.
Not a bad result, given what Leeds fans have had to tolerate for the last 4 matches. What they gave up like 17
I hear
goals.
what you're saying. Not a bad result because it was only 1-0, but still a bad result.
A loss is always a bad result.
Yeah.
A loss is always a bad result, but given everything that has transpired in the prior week, losing as terribly as you did to who was that? Villa? No.
Tottenham.
Somebody.
Tottenham.
They're all blurring together.
Tottenham.
You gave up far too many goals for far too long. We unfortunately cost Marcelo Bielsa his job. We're bringing in Marsch, and you play a very good team in Leicester. Despite their record, I think Leicester is a better squad than people let on. I think they're better than what they are in the table.
Yeah.
But this was going to be, if you were going to get 3 points, you might get them here, or you were going to get a point. Unfortunately,
I think that's more where I'm going with. It's not a good result because they were in it the whole time, and a draw would have been a fair result, I believe. Mm-hmm. And to me, what let them down was like, okay, the defense actually held up. And the zonal marking was a bit better. Not that everybody looked brilliant, but you know what? They kept Vardy off the score sheet. Yeah. Vardy left the game. He got pulled before the goal was even scored. So they did their job. To me, it was like, okay, Rafinha, okay, Dan James, okay, Jack Harrison, okay, Rodrigo, put the ball in the back of the net. They had their opportunities. At a certain point, it's like, man marking or not, you got to put the ball in the back of the fucking net.
I even think the goal that Harvey Barnes scored was just like a little mental
near fluke. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
It was like a little mental lapse because it almost seemed in that exchange as you're setting yourself into what is a dangerous situation. A goal could score in this situation, and I'm not sure it wasn't Aileen, but it was somebody back there who seemed to mentally switch to man.
Oh yeah.
And he went to mark him. He went into a man marking rather than zone, and then that's how the goal kind of squeaked in.
Yeah.
It seemed kind of odd and strange, but
And also the shot. You see the exact thing happen all the time. And the shot goes just a little wide, or it goes off the post, or it's a little. It was one of these where it was inch perfect, and just everything went right. Yeah. Melia went the right way; he just couldn't get to it, and then it slowly curved and went straight into the corner there. So a little unlucky on that, or just really good finishing on Harvey Barnes's end. Yes, you kept it to 1-0. Yes, it looked a little bit more cohesive, but you could tell some moments where it was like zone. Oh shit, run that way, this way. The pressing looked better, pressing as a group instead of one person pressing.
Right.
But there was a little bit of confusion at times where somebody would go and press the keeper and then turn around and be like, where is everybody? Like, I made him pass there. We all know he's got to pass this way because I'm pressing. Why wasn't anybody coming up here?
Right.
So that'll be figured out a little bit.
And those tweaks will happen in the next couple of weeks. But, like, can you imagine just, like, Jesse Marsch and this, like, he's looking at his team. He's like, damn, this team's ready to go.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said
this team is ready to go. It's like, if you go and you buy a muscle car and you're not, I've always wanted a Dodge Challenger. And you're like, sign up to test drive one, and you're like, whoa, fuck.
Yeah, you're like, okay.
This thing's got some pickup,
nice.
And Leeds has got some pickup. They've got, when I was watching them on the counter and on their breaks, I was like, man, he's gotta love that speed, and his brain must just be going, okay, what am I doing with that? What am I doing with that? Look at that guy go. Look at that guy go.
And you gotta start thinking, why are the shots not going in?
Yeah.
Because everything else seemed to be working, and I really thought Leeds were on the front foot for some of this.
Do you think that Leeds got just kind of given a bad break when Roberts got injured? Look, yeah, last year I was singing the praises of Tyler Roberts, and I like Tyler Roberts, and I think he's got a lot of potential, and I think one day he's going to put it all together. But it was really unfortunate to see him, because he gets put in with like 20 minutes left in the game or something like that, and he immediately injures his hamstring. But the substitutions have been expended, and he has to stay out there. And y'all might as well just been playing with 10 men. I mean, you should have just.
It's almost worse. It's almost worse to have the 11th man out there when he can't move.
But the fact that Leicester couldn't capitalize on that is a very, very good sign.
Yeah.
And had Roberts not get injured, maybe you do get the draw.
Here's something that annoyed me with the Roberts injury is, to me, that was a foul at the edge of the box. That's prime Rafinha territory for a free kick, where the game could have been tied up. Roberts went up for a ball, and so did, I don't know which defender it was, Ndidi maybe. Roberts went up, and Roberts' foot got the ball, and then he gets kicked way high up here.
Yeah.
So they're both going for it.
There's a lot of high boots.
They're
in that
both
game.
going for it. So I kind of understand why it's not called. However, he clearly got the ball and clearly got kicked to the point that he was injured.
Yeah.
Man, that's a foul.
Yeah.
That's a foul on the edge of the box.
Yeah.
And it wasn't called. Okay.
There's a lot of things in that game
limping
that wasn't
around
called.
the
I think
rest
it was
of
a
the
lot
time.
like what we talked about for the Arsenal-Wolves game, where it was just like the officials were just like, all right, we're just
Letting
going
things fly.
We're going to let it fly on both sides. I didn't see anything too terribly egregious, but I'm sure a diehard somebody or other, whichever side of the pitch you're on, will probably argue otherwise.
Look, I think Leeds have been hard done a few times with penalties because their players do tend to try to stand up.
Yeah.
Last week, 2 hands on the back, pushed down.
Saw that in the Wolves
today,
game, man.
Not today, this weekend, I felt that there was another one. I forget at what point in the match it was, but I felt like, not that we want to harp on, it's not fair or referee scandal or anything like that. I just think other teams get these easy calls, and not everybody does, and it's just a little. I know it has to do with who's calling the match, what's happening in the game, and what they're seeing, and maybe I'm just looking at it with Leeds tinted glasses. But but there were moments where I was like, that should be looked at. They're not looking at that at all. What's going on?
Yeah.
But the high Roberts clearly got the ball, and then he clearly gets kicked.
Yeah.
That's a foul on the edge of the box.
Yeah.
And what a way for Rafinha to build his confidence back by a game-tying, a point-stealing free kick at the end. Not that he would have 100% made it, but it keeps him in the game. Either way, let's talk about Jesse Marsch at the end of the match. Brings all the lads into the center circle. They all hug up. It's a great photo op. There's people saying, "What are you doing? This isn't your stadium." Blah blah blah. What
this
do you?
Is my team.
Look at this American cheerleader, rah rah rah. And to me, no. You know what? We lost, but that's a manager going, "Get over here." Nobody's walking off.
Yeah.
We're gonna go cheer our fans, and I'm gonna tell you guys that I was proud of your performance. We lost, but you implemented some things that I said. I see progression.
Yep.
I'm happy with your performance, and you could basically know what he was saying.
We've seen teams do that in the past, and yes, we have said, "What is it doing? What are you doing? Why are you doing this?" But then we've also seen these teams progress and get better and move up the table. Remember when Arsenal got their ass whooped, and he was like, "Get out there!"
Earlier in the season,
you get out there and cheer your fans.
And I think we were already in the locker room, like halfway in the locker room.
Yeah, half the team was in the locker room, and Arteta was like, "No, you get your butts out there and you applaud your fans for this." And I, for one, was
you were like, how embarrassing.
How do you do that to your squad? You just embarrassed them, or they just embarrassed themselves and their fans with this terrible performance, and now you have to go out and in someone else's stadium.
But I was the exact opposite, Mark.
But guess what? We've seen, that sort of way can be unifying, and hopefully it will be that way for Leeds.
Yeah, I was the exact opposite with it. With you embarrassed yourself on the pitch, don't make them feel embarrassed for being Arsenal fans.
Right.
You get out, they traveled here or they live here and have to put up with fucking Manchester fans their whole lives. You get out there and you applaud them for applauding you.
Exactly. So I think this is what Marsch is doing. I don't hate it. I think that, you know, for the Leeds fans to go, what is he doing? That's just totally uncalled for. Man, back your squad. Back everybody on the squad, including your new manager.
I think real Leeds fans will see that for what it is like this is a very disjointing, divisive time for our club. Anything we can do to build unity, anything we can do, and the more it's out in public, the better. Because they probably do that in the locker room. He said, no, we're going to do this outside. We're going to do this so everyone can see that we're all here together. We all may have different opinions about if I should be here or not. Marcelo should be here, blah, 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 blah. But I am here. I am the manager, and this is what we're doing. So good on that. I think, look, if Leeds can get a couple results in the next few matches, they start to look a little bit better. Once again, let it be known. Losing to City, losing to Liverpool, losing to Arsenal, losing to Leicester, losing to Spurs. Those aren't the matches you need to win anyway.
It's behind you.
The matches you need to win are against Norwich, Brentford, Newcastle, all these ones coming up. Aston Villa even, getting a point off of them first and foremost. I think they play them Thursday. You guys play
We play
Villa?
Thursday. No, we play...
They
play
Villa.
Watford.
They play Villa.
Leeds plays Villa, so get out.
So big Thursday.
Get out and get your support for the Otta Outlaw.
For the Otta Outlaw. And just so you guys know, next week we will be doing a special Leeds United show with James. He wants to do a check-in after these next two matches. We'll have
the State of the Union.
That's a State of the Leeds Union.
State of Ellen Road.
State of the Ellen Road, where he said 3 matches in, we'll be able to see what Marsch is all about.
Absolutely.
One match isn't enough, but
for sure.
But James did say it was a good performance. It was at least.
I thought it was. I thought it was very positive.
Keep your heads up. Give it up for the Otta Outlaw. Well, that's it for today's show. Don't forget to check out the YouTube channel where we have all the different episodes that are coming out all week long, covering all sorts of Premier League topics.
And if you enjoy what we're doing, don't forget to share, like, subscribe, the Holy Trinity that we ask each and every one of you to do.
And go to onthestupidlolo.com. You can check out what we're up to, and you can join in the discussion groups, talk football all week long, and buy some cool merchandise.
And if you want to be a part of the Stoop crew, you can join us Friday nights, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern time here in the States.
It's midnight in the
Sometime
UK.
across the pond. Sometime for our friends out on the West Coast. And join us for happy hour. We have a lot of fun talking about just about anything, and we have wonderful trivia questions at the end.
Banter and trivia, Friday nights live. Join us in the comments. All right, peace from Brooklyn, y'all.